Hi Aries, how are you? How's things? I'm Eriu and welcome to Eriu Tarot Readings. As always, my lovelies, you're very welcome to your monthly reading, the month of March 2018. Straight up, apologies if you hear me eating a lozenge, my throat is kind of gone again. So hopefully I won't be chewing it the entire time because that'll just be irritating, so apologies for that. Or at least the first few minutes. To my old subscribers, how are you? How's things? I'm so sorry I didn't get to do any content in February. I was like flat out. I know I didn't eat much, and I definitely know I didn't sleep much. So it was just a continuous kind of craziness of busyness. But I mean, it was great. It's just I didn't see February, so as much as I wanted to put out content, I just thought I wouldn't be sleeping doing it. And if I'm not at a somewhat, at least a level vibration, a decent level of it, I just thought there's no point in me doing readings if I'm not at that point, because then I'm just going to put out just weird, weird energy stuff, and I don't want that. So, happy to have you here though. To my new subscribers, you're very welcome. How's it going? We are a tuatha here, that is Oscuelga, which means in Irish for tribe, okay? So, you're very welcome to the tuatha, and this is a family affair. We take care of each other here. So, excuse me, if you're going through anything, especially anything that pops up in the reading and it resonates with you, put in the comment section, because I want you guys to be there for each other, you know, because we need to reconnect with one another properly on a human level, right? Alright. Now, for those of you who know, for those of you who don't, grab yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, something stronger, your dinner, your lunch, wherever you are, and just take this time to chill out, sit back and relax with me, because we're going to have a conversation about March. Because that's what I do. I have conversations. I don't just tell you, I have conversations, because you're involved in this as much as I am. So if you find yourself talking back to me during the video, it's perfectly normal. It happens to a lot of my viewers, don't worry. I've been told by a lot of people, it's like, yeah, I answer you back when I'm listening to you. I'm like, that's good. Conversations being had. Slightly different format, this one. Before I go into it though, also really quickly, if this doesn't resonate with you fully, which it won't, I'm going to tell you up straight because I'm very truthful, it won't. It's a general reading. Take from it what you will, and what's not yours, just let it go. Let that message pass on to somebody else, okay? Check out your moon and rising sign videos as well if you want just that little bit more clarity, if you don't feel like you're getting it from your sun, okay? Slightly different type of reading. This is called Divining Myself. Not define, but divine, as in divine timing, divine energy, divine love, divine feminine, divine masculine, that sort of thing, alright? So what is this for? Well, it's for people that are looking for a few more answers about where they are and who they are. And kind of where they're going also, but more so in the case that they're trying to get to know who they are in this moment in time. So a moment in time being March. Understanding themselves in whatever situation they're in, and what your motivation is as well, okay? What are the things that are also helping you through things? Now, before I begin, I want to ask you, or tell you even, or instruct you to ask a question before the start of this reading. Why is this important? Because I'm leaving this quite broad, and even though the positions and cards mean certain things together, that's fine, but I'm leaving it really open. So it could pertain to your love life, family life, work life, spiritual life, whatever, right? So you need to be, I'm going to be really open with this, and hopefully the spread, oh hello, Jesus, hello, it will answer some of your questions, right? Apologies for the long intro. Shall we get cracking? One more. Shazam. That's us. Hey, card spread. And I'm really enjoying this spread. I hope you do too. Let me know at the end of this if you actually really like the spread, and I'll do it for April then. Yeah? Maybe I'll be more specific, like love, work, whatever. If you want something more specific, let me know. Okay. Right, so let's get cracking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 positions. Let's go. So, Aries, where are you? What are you doing? Where are you in particular in March? What is it? What is the space that you are in? How are you feeling? Let's look. Queen of Swords. All right. Okay. So this is what I call the Libra lady, because the Queen of Swords always reminds me of Libra. But it just could be that you're understanding the opposite signs that your fire element is attracted to. So as we all know, fire, traditionally fire and air, get along really well. So it could be that you have some air people, people with air-like qualities in your space, in your surroundings, and they're teaching you about the benefits of being in this particular air vibe, is what I want to say. So what is that? They're based on a foundation of truth, communication, logic and thought, sometimes memories, but more importantly, communication. Communication is essential for these signs. And this is saying that you have not only adopted those traits, but you've implemented them and you know how to execute them directly. And it isn't a case that this is new to you. You may be you have been working on this for some time. Maybe it's the case that wherever you work or deal with a lot of people and communication is essential for you in your workplace or with family, friends, whatever. And you're like, you're very, very good at this now. It's not just a case that you have a passion for whatever particular area in your life. It's not just that. It's a case that you know how to speak to people now. Whereas before, you may have been just very quickly like, this is my opinion, and that's it, I don't care. Whatever the repercussions are, I don't care. I'm truthful to myself. These people have taught you a certain truth about yourself and how truth can actually be delivered, because the delivery is just as effective as the message. Yeah? Very important. So this is where you are now. Very strong. Also, bit of a loner card for me. I call her the Widow. She's known as the Widow. It's because someone who has so much intellect and wisdom sees that, realizes themselves in that, also sees a lack of it in society, and therefore elevates themselves slightly higher. So remember, we're air, we rise higher, higher up into the atmosphere, and it's that mental energy, and it's a case of going, why the am I the only one that sees this happening? Why the am I the only one that can say this, this and this? Why? Why is that? Why is that? Also, to my new subscribers, I just need to say to you, I do swear the odd time, but for some reason I just edited myself there. But I think that's because it's a case that Aries, you are actually saying you're holding back some of your strengths sometimes that you may have in your words, and you're picking and choosing them wisely. So I'm glad that actually happened. But you're like, why? Why does nobody? Do you not see this? Like your action, your consequence? Do you not see this? What's the story? And so what you do is you gently detach yourself from these people, from these groups, and it can be, so you can feel quite lonely being this intelligent about people. Yeah, you could be quite lonely being this intelligent about people and occurrences and encounters. So what you need to do is, instead of like, remain in this energy. Yeah, she's a good energy and she's strong and she's earned that wisdom. But it's saying to you also, rather than get annoyed by the fact that some people don't get it, what you do is you flip it on its head and you go, okay, they don't get it. I can be annoyed about this and it won't go anywhere for me, or I can teach them what I know. And this is the energy that you're in. Rather than getting like fed up about some things, here's this one, here's that, oh, for fuck's sake. This is about going, I can be in that zone which is not healthy for me, or I can teach them what I know. Lovely energy to be in Aries. Fan-fucking-tastic. I really like this. I like this so far. Now, excuse me, your second position here is what's bugging you. What is bugging you, Aries, in the month of March? What are you just fed up with? Now, it could be people, because that's what I said about the particular Queen of Swords. But let's check it out, right? Judgment. Why is this bothering you? Aries, are some of you adverse to change? Are some of you defying the change? Why? This is awesome for you. Okay, before I get completely sucked into that, this is Judgment card. This is a major arcana and its energy is really quite transforming. It is transformation. This is about hearing the call of your life in particular, a sound that only you can hear, and moving forward towards that. It's about not being socially conditioned. It's about not having or bowing down to family expectations. It's about the individual hearing their call and moving towards that. It's very revealing. It can feel very naked almost, but it is this rebirth of the self. It's like it's the butterfly in the cocoon and the emerging of that butterfly. That's what it is. It's a transformation card. Now this is bugging you. Why is it bugging you? Why, Aries? I want to ask you, why is it bugging you? Because I know last year you felt very stuck. You felt very stuck and you felt like things were monotonous and things weren't happening for you. So why is this all of a sudden worrying you? Well, I feel like you've changed quite a bit as it is, but there's still another level, another layer that you need to get through. I think you're kind of going, do I really have to do this again? Like, there's only so much change a person can stand at one point, but that's not to say that change will come in without with your consent. It won't. It comes in when it's ready to come in. So this is saying, listen to the call more, even if it's like, it depends. As I said, this could be love or for work or family or wherever, but this is saying that feeling that you have, that knowledge that you have that things need to change and that are changing, listen to it. When that phone rings, pick up the call and say, hello, this is XYZ, I'm ready. Because it's coming for a reason, and it's not trying to defy everything you've done, but it's saying like, this is your path. So yeah, it's nice to build up what you've been building and stop and smell the roses, but this is your path. Understand that. There's a bit of a level of acceptance that needs to come in here, and I get that you've accepted quite a bit over the last few months, but you need to open up a bit more about it. There has to be more, because more is coming for you, okay? More is coming. Now, your third position here. What do you like about yourself, Aries? I've been saying this throughout all the readings. It's very easy to pick what you don't like about yourself, right? Because we focus on that quite a bit. We don't focus enough on what we like about ourselves. So what do you like about yourself? Just think of something there and say it out loud. And just, you know, just give yourself a boost. Why not? But let's see for March, in particular, what you like about yourself. The Page of Pentacles. Okay. Lovely. So Pentacle energy is Virgo, Taurus and Capricorn. It's a very grounded energy. Some of you may have your moon or other planets in Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. And if so, you're a very grounded Aries. I mean, you might run like the ram, but it doesn't mean that you don't feel the earth beneath your feet, yeah? And that's not important to you. It is. So the page comes in as a rookie. Yeah, all pages are rookies. He's a student, right? He's learning, still learning. So for some of you, this could be a case that even though you're not fully well versed in this particular area, be it love, work, family, friends, whatever, and the change is coming and you know it's coming, it doesn't mean that you can't adapt. And it doesn't mean you're not willing to learn. I think a lot of Aries have put aside, and I'm not saying all Aries are like this, but I think a lot of Aries have put aside some ego that they may have had towards certain things. Or if I say that without obviously wanting to insult you, but I think it's more of a case that things that you were very solid in, opinions you were very solid in, and this, I think a lot of that has actually washed away over the last few months. And you've realised that there is wealth in other views or opinions and other experiences, more importantly. And this Page of Pentacles coming in to say, in your ability to open up in that way and to not fully dismiss your own ideas or whatever, but to engage and entertain other people's has lent itself to you in a major way, in the sense that you've learned a lot more from them. That wealth of knowledge, you've gained that. Now it's a case of, what do we do with it? What do I do with this knowledge? But what you like about yourself, no matter how young the page is and they don't really know how to use what they have, even though it's a natural ability and they're like, but what do I do with it fully? I'm not quite sure. How do I utilize this? It's kind of irrelevant for me here, because this is saying that regardless of what you do with this, you have this innate ability to continue to learn, to bring yourself down, to come out of certain scenarios and go, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I take from this? I think this is a new mode of thinking for you, and even processes, practices. This is new for you. But you've been using that over the last few months and it's been to your benefit. So right on in your ability to do that, Aries. It's very grounding energy for me, and I like that. I like that you've done that. It's like, it's that thing where people are always like, oh, you want to be the magician, right? You want to be the master of your craft, because then it's within you, it flows within you, and you just do it then. But I think there's something quite lovely and liberating and always remaining curious in this sort of being a student, like being in a student-like mentality, because you're always wanting to learn more. You're always continuing to grow. Your curiosity never stops, and I think that's actually just as strong as being a master of your craft. Some of you may agree, some of you may not, but this is my opinion. Now, the fourth card here. What do you not like about yourself? If you really had to pick, oh, what do you not like, you know? A few things, you know? You don't want to divulge, and that's fine. Well, let's see in March what in particular you don't kind of like about yourself. Six of Swords. Six of Swords is sword-like energy. So if we have her here, so we know all about swords, yeah? We know what they can bring. Now, Six of Swords is you've come out of something. You've come out of troublesome waters and you've moved forward. For some of you, you could have been at a crossroads, but now you kind of feel like things are finally starting to push you in the right direction. Could have been crossroads in any area of your life. That feeling, as I said to you, about feeling stuck. And you're like, oh, why? And just that monotony that you just found so bloody boring throughout 2017 at times. And this is saying that you've come out of that. Lovely, nice one. You're coming out of that. And you're setting sail into calmer waters. And more importantly, your movement out of that is essential to where you're going. Now, what you don't like about yourself in this. This is quite a positive card for me in general. So what I'd have to say about the things that you don't like about yourself is that sometimes you may have in the past been very cut and dry with people, and you know that they're not right for the path that you're going on, or that friendships or family or relationships have just come to an end, and you may have just been very abrupt with that ending. Yeah, you may have said some things you wish you had not have said. There may be some regrets, and it's kind of looking, but that's very mature and looking back and saying, I maybe could have conducted myself in a better way. I maybe could have put forth my argument better than I did. Maybe I shouldn't have cut people off. Maybe I shouldn't have severed some of those ties with people. And the interesting thing for me is that even though you're moving out of troublesome waters into much calmer ones and wiser ones, it's the fact that you're bringing some of this with you. Some of these memories. Swords for me are memories as well, yeah? So the things you may have said, the things people may have said to you, you're not just moving away from them, but you're carrying them with you. And so what I'd say is, Aries, if there is people, or if there are people that you just even want to say sorry to, excuse me, my voice is gone now, because it's hard for you to say, right? If there are people that you want to, that you are sorry about how things happened, it's never too late to say these things. Never. Some people go, oh, too much time has passed. Well, let me tell you something. When an apology is sincere and open and honest, no matter how long time has passed, whoever that other person is, I guarantee you to receive that is something that is healing and is of worth. So give that out without expectation of rekindling of anything, but just know that excuse me, my voice is definitely going. Just know that it's still something that you can do, and the other person will appreciate, even if they never wrote back to you again. It doesn't matter, because you've done that, and it's important for you to do that for yourself, and you let go of these things, and maybe some blame that you might carry. Some of you may not be in this phase, and that's cool. Good for you. Some of you might just be setting sail, but for others, a lot of you may be carrying this, and that's okay to say, I was wrong, I didn't know better, and I'm sorry. And to take off that mental weight that you're carrying with you will make a hell of a lot of difference. Excuse me. Now, for your fifth card at the very centre is your talent. What is your talent, Aries? You're all very talented people. What is your talent? The moon. You know what's interesting? I was shuffling these a bit now because I was uploading the other videos onto my computer, and I was just sitting here and I was listening to music and I was shuffling because I just find it very therapeutic. And I then focusing the camera, and I just picked one card at the top of the deck and it was the moon. And I remember thinking, huh, that's interesting, because Aries is my next one, right? I was like, that's interesting. It's just nice to see it here. It wants to say something to you, Aries, and wants to bring something to light for you. Now, this is a different kind of light. This is the moonlight. It's not as sunlight. It's not as direct. It's not something. It's not that sun that you love basking in as a fire sign. It's the other side. It's the water energy of Pisces, but particular for me, Scorpio. Every time. Bit of Pisces, but Scorpio. And this is saying that your talent is your ability to see things in the dark. To see the things that other people don't see. This isn't a talent that I feel you were born with. Some of you maybe. But for most of you, I feel like this is something that you have acquired over time. Your ability to observe and to read people. But look beyond face value. Look beyond the surface. And just move inwards to see how something or someone operates. Now, that's not to say that everyone you encounter that you do that with is bad. I don't mean that. But you can feel your way through these things. If I move back and forth, guys, it's because my camera, I have to check the time because it switches off after 12 minutes. So I want to make sure that I don't switch it off during me ranting or chatting away to you. Okay? So your talent is something that you have learned and acquired over time. And that is your ability to see beyond the surface. So it's kind of as well. You imagine a lake, you know, a lake at night time, and you see the moon and it reflects that beautiful, it just shimmers on the top of the lake. Isn't that gorgeous? You can see that, but not only that, you can see just beyond the surface. That's you. That's what you can do now. So you don't just look at something and go, oh, isn't that lovely and dreamy and glittery and oh, on the lake, it's beautiful. You're like, no, I know what's beyond there because I can see it and I can feel it. And that's what this is for you. It's also saying that your ability to see through people's deception is major. So for me, deception at times, yes, how people conduct themselves, but also the masks that people wear. You see through them. Aries. You see through them. Ah, you could just easily take your chisel and crack it off and go, no, that's who you really are actually. That's what you've learned. That's your talent. And so it could be unfortunate that you've learned that through past maybe mistakes or past encounters or people who've had bad intentions towards you and you've had to learn the hard way. But this is saying, above all, your ability to go into the abyss, way deep below the surface, way down through the layers, has allowed you to see things for how they really are. And that is something that's invaluable to you. Use that when you need to. Not always. You don't always have to operate this level because you're a sunshiny sign. But know that that's there. I mean, it's great. It is literally like the sun and the moon and them both understanding each other and how each other works. So for me, that's a very good balance within you. Very nice. Now, your fifth card. Are we on the fifth? Sixth, my apologies. Sixth card. This is the temptation. So what's tempting you? What's tempting you in March? I used to keep saying that. Temptation seems like such a dirty word, doesn't it? Oh, temptation. The devil on your shoulder. It doesn't mean that we're actually going to go after whatever it is. It just means that there's something there that keeps catching our eye. What is it? Excuse me. Now, I said you were balanced out, which is true, because now this is after coming in and it's after clarifying for this for me. So, Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and taking, the receiving and giving of things. Understanding that whatever you put out can come back to you. Yeah, it's just interesting. So I've got two things here for you. One is, because Pentacles can be money, earth element, we talked about it, but can be wealth, physical financial wealth, right? Currency of any sort. One of the things that I'm getting off this is that some of you will be refraining from giving as much as you normally do for whatever reason. It could be financially, you're saving for a rainy day. It's just be like, I'm spending too much money, or you could just be being slightly, do I want to say miserly about your money? I'd rather say careful, but I feel like this is the thing where it's like, oh, I'll only put out so much if they do, but I'm going to keep everything here. But so miserly, maybe it's a bit of an unfair word to use for you. Could be just that you're super duper watching your finances, which is also fine. But there seems to be a slight imbalance in that some people may recognize that you're not putting your hand in your pocket as much, and they are seeing an imbalance where you see a balance because you're balancing out your own books. So what I just say to you is, if this is coming up, this is a temptation to keep your money very, very close to your chest, just actually say to people, look, I'm actually just watching my money now and I have to, and you know, whatever. Sometimes you don't need to give an explanation, but I think in circumstances like that, where people are feeling like there is an imbalance towards them, it's good to just be like, look, I'm saving my money. I'm watching those pennies, you know what I mean? I need all those cents. I need them all gathered up, and that's fine. Now, for some of you, this is about now, this could pertain to love. Well, I'm going to keep it general. For some of you, the temptation to this is funny, right? Because you're balanced, but there's a temptation to be imbalanced, if that makes sense. It's like you want to keep so much for yourself, you're keeping things for yourself, about yourself, and you're not giving out as much information about yourself as you normally would. This could be between someone or between two people that you may be seeing, or business partners, whatever. But you're not giving out, you're not revealing as much as you could do to these other people. And it's kind of like, why? Why? Because you have this knowledge of the sun and the moon. But I think that you have so much knowledge of that now that it's a case of, I'm going to be very particular what I give out. And I want to say to you, it's like, you have the power to do what you want and say what you want to whoever you want. But you'd be doing yourself a bit of a disservice if you keep a majority of things to yourself. Now, if you're in this environment for whatever reason, or this particular mood for whatever reason, and you feel like you need to do this for a while, okay, do it for a while, but don't get stuck into it too much, because what's great about your transformation, Aries, is that you opened yourself up to other possibilities and ideas. And why lock yourself off and create that imbalance when it's not necessary? Do you hear what I'm saying? I feel like you're like, it's balanced. No, it's balanced. But then you know all of this is behind you. You've got two here. This is someone else's, by the way. And you're keeping all this. And you're like, no, it's not. It's balanced. It's not really, is it? Open up a little more. Show a little more. Give it a little bit more. And see what happens. Well, I think that's a better way for you. There's nothing saying that you shouldn't. Just that don't let your new talent, your ability to see through things, kind of make you question everything someone does. Now, your 7th card here, your personal quest. What is your personal quest for March? Some people have goals, some people don't. So let's see how that reflects in the month of March for you. Oh, Ace of Cups. Now, didn't I say this could be emotional, romantic? See? Amore, see? For some of you. Ace of Cups, your personal quest. 2. You've just, you know what's actually, can I just say, Aries, who else had this now? Cancer is in the midst of it. Leo's really transformed as well. I'm so happy for you, because it's like you completely went out of your comfort zone in some things, did things you'd never tried things you thought you'd never do, and you've really, even though if you don't feel like you were fully successful in them, you've learned so much. And it's like, it's just opened up all these other doors for you. And I just loved it. So like, fair play to you. I'm really proud of you for, you know, getting out of yourself. It's been great. I think it's great. Anyway, just wanted to give you that little message, okay? Now, your personal quest, Ace of Cups. Your personal quest is a new beginning in love. Hello. New beginning in emotional abundance. New beginnings in feeling loved, being loved, feeling secure, getting rid of insecurities, allowing the healing waters and properties of the Ace of Cups to come in and cleanse you and purify you and detoxify you and heal you in every manner. This is really about emotionally opening up. And it's interesting because did I not say to you that keeping yourself for yourself, where does that get you? Nowhere. If you want to achieve, or there's some sort of achievement in this personal quest of opening yourself up in an emotional aspect, in like really like laying down the law, like saying to someone, I love you, I'm in love with you, or I'm just crazy about whatever that means to you. This has got to balance out, yeah? You have to, boop, stop being so quiet there. Shoop, shoop, shoop. Too quiet. This is not Aries way. Lay a few more tokens on the table. Show yourself a little bit more. And this personal quest will be easier for you. It's not that it's not easy for you, it's just because you're in this Queen of Swords energy, her default setting isn't emotion, it's intelligence and it's logic and it's mind, the mind. So what we have to filter is filter from being up here, filter all the way down through in here and operate from in here to allow this to happen. Do you see? If this is a love reading for some of you, like it's some of you just, I don't know, I'm getting the feeling that some of you don't want to acknowledge the fact that you might really like someone. This is for, obviously I keep saying this is so broad, so this is only for a few of you, but I feel like you just don't want to fully show yourself because you know what it's like when you're hurt. You don't want to feel that again, but so many things have changed in your life now where it's like, why not take the risk? Why not hear the call? Why not? Because then you can be this, you can embody this, and that's so attractive, is it not? Oh, so attractive. Now, the last card. What is the last card? This is your current guardian angel. Now, some people will say, hey, look, current guardian angel? I only have one. Well, this is the way I like to see it as. You've got a spiritual fam. They're around you. They're not just up there, they're around you. And I like to think that whoever is in your spiritual family takes shifts in taking care of you and looking out for you, right? In certain scenarios, you know, they're like, do you know what? I'll take care of her during this one. I'll take care of him during this moment. So this is what this is. What is on your side this month that is there to keep you in the right direction and to be of benefit for you, to you? What power is there? King of Cups. Aries. Who's this guy? Aries. Who is he? Who is he? Or who is she? Sorry, I'm just saying he is king. Aries. This could easily be translated as in you are your own guardian angel, for you hold the cup of your personal quest. I feel like this is someone else. Now, this could be a father-like figure. For some of you, maybe someone along that archetype, but I don't feel it. I feel like this is whoever is involved in this scenario, and you know who it is. You know who this person is. That person who holds the cup. And is this why you're, oh my God. Is this why you're kind of backing up slightly, because you know that they hold your cup in their hands? All I can say is good choice, Aries. This could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Doesn't have to be. Can just be a sign that embodies, or a person that embodies those traits. Quite sensitive, emotional on the inside, very soft, and when they speak you really listen to them. They don't take over the room as such, right? Beautiful, lovely smile, by the way. And this could be someone that is looking out for you, but looking out for you in a very big emotional way. I just got for some of you, this person could be on a cane. Interesting. So it could be a father-like or uncle figure, somebody who has a cane and is walking. There's something up with their hip or their leg. It's very specific, but that's for some of you, obviously. Someone who is well versed in emotion, even though they may not always speak of it. This person is looking out for your emotional well-being. I think they want you to open up more. And you know that, and they know that, but this is what's hindering. It's like, you're like, am I ready for that? This doesn't need to be romantic, but I mean, I'm flowing that way. Are you? This person's lovely. Doesn't matter if it's male or female, by the way. As I keep saying, we both embody masculine and feminine energies. We are yin yang, so it doesn't matter. But this person is here for you and they want to be there for you. It's not... They want to be there. I keep stressing that. They want to be there. They're there for a reason, and it's not of ill intent. It's because they want to be by your side. They're looking out for you in major ways, and you know that. You know that about them. God, they're soft, aren't they? They're squishy on the inside. If you need to take your time doing this throughout March, then take your time, that's fine. But know that they really want to express this to you. They don't know how, because they know that if they approach you in a certain way, you're going to take your tokens off the table. And shh. So if you're feeling apprehension off them, it's because they don't know what way you're going to react, and they don't want to put the fear of God in you. That's very considerate of them. Don't take their silence as non-interest. Aries, think about it. You've done well so far. You know? Alright, my darlings, this has been your March reading 2018. Divining myself, divine timing, divine feminine, divine masculine, divining myself. I hope you enjoyed it. To my old subscribers, great to see you again. I'm great to have you here. To my new subscribers, thanks for coming by. So happy. If this is a once-off, it was great to have you. If I get to see it next month, awesome. I'll be delighted to have you. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and share and comment and blah, 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 all that stuff. More importantly, though, I'd rather you comment, because that means that there's a dialogue and that we are taking care of each other in the way we should, which is a human level, yeah? Yeah, cool. That's what I'm going for. So if you're on that vibe, come with me and start doing this, because this is important for everyone to reconnect in that way. If you'd like a more personal and in-depth reading, my details are at the end of this video and below this video as well. You can contact me directly and I'll send you on a service list and a price list of what I do. Until then, welcome to the Tucha. I'm happy to be back. I hope you're all going to have a beautiful March, and you know, you will. It'll be interesting to see how your birthday month goes. I'm looking forward to that, Aries. Have a great time. Open yourself up more. Give a little bit of love. See what happens. And until then, have a fantastic March. You take care. Bye-bye.